My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Welcome to YouTube Tuesday. So today I thought I'd get Jo's bubbles out, so to speak. And Jo's a friend of mine. This is a stencil that she designed, and she also put me onto a really great idea. It's a kind of a bokeh photographic illusion trick, and this stencil works really well with it. So without further ado, let's just have a look. What I'm going to do first of all is take the jelly card, cut it down to about 4.5 by 4.5, and then I'm going to use a couple of different distress colours. I've got spiced marmalade, picked raspberry and mowed lawn, and what we're going to do is just build up a background here. So I think I'll start with the spiced marmalade, and what I'm going to do now is let me just add some to my blending mat, and you'll notice that I've got my blending mat underneath my work. And what I want to do now is just bring my blending mat colour, there we go, look, bring the colour straight in off the edge like so. Don't worry too much about patches or stripes, because we're going to cover them up as we go. Turn it round, in we go again. And what we want to do now is just completely cover this piece of card with the 3 different colours. So you just literally just keep going round and round and round and round. And when I change colours, I'll also change my blending tool. Now this we want to let dry completely, so we can either help it along, or we can wait 5 minutes, or we can have one that we did earlier. So there's one that I did earlier, and that will do for my background. This one's going to be even darker. The darker, the more vibrant, the better, but this is perfect for what we need. Now the next thing I want to do, it's still all about the background just now. So what I want to do next is work with the stencil. And I need another clean one of these. And this time I'm going to change the colour. But you know what I'm going to do? Just before I begin, I'm going to clean my mat. And all I need is a bit of water spritzed. And then I'm just going to paper towel it, dry it. Don't use a baby wipe on your blending mat because it clogs up the pores. There we go. That's much better, otherwise I know what's going to happen. I'll just put my favourite shirt in the ink. Right, so back to this one, nice and bone dry. And then what we're going to do is use our lovely stencil and a Brilliance white. This is a really cool ink pad, it's a pigment ink. And I think I'll just get a bit of copy paper underneath here to check what I'm doing. So you can always add it, but you can't take it away. So what we want to do now is use our apertures, our holes, to make, I'll show you, like white rings, like white circles. And it's very similar to a photographic technique called bokeh, B-O-K-E-H, very trendy. And the idea is that it looks like it's out of focus. Let's just take a look and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me just have a look underneath here. If I've done one, there, you see how we can build up our circles. And we can use different circles for different sizes, of course. So again, go in here and you build it up gently. You can add more ink to the smaller circles and you can overlap them too, you see? So let me do a large one here again. There we go. Just bring it in like so. Hold the stencil tight. Just work your way around. There we are. Lift that up. Perfect, you see? And so we go on. So you go and put the kettle on and I'll just put some more here and there and dot them around on here while you're getting the tea ready. Thanks very much. I'll have mine strong with milk, please. there. Now, isn't that delightful? And you can see this is going to make a fantastic background. So yeah, Moonlight White, very good brilliance pad for this, and this stencil is ideal. And you noticed when while I was doing that, I used Post-its just to mask off the apertures that I didn't want to get ink through. So very simple, and we can use those again and again. So once we've done this, now it's just time to add something to the foreground. Now I've got a couple of really nice stamps that I'd like to showcase. What I do need to stamp on the top of a white brilliance pad, which is a pigment pad, is a black archival. Everybody should have one. So I'm going to decide, I think green to the bottom, pink to the top, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to use my really lovely cherry blossom and some tits. So let's just stamp the cherry blossom into place and then add a couple of tits. I'm sure it'll be lovely. And I just want to stamp this in this direction, like so, from the edge. Actually, I'll stand up for this one, because done's done, as they say. So I just stamp that into place, like so. There's something else I want to really show off here, but let's just get this image in place first. Nice. And then I'll just get my two little garden birds, my blue tits, and we'll add these up here. There's one. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at this. My friend Mel Turner drew these. Absolutely spectacular. There's the other one. Two friends. Now, one of the interesting things that I've discovered recently is Spectrum Noir pencils. And I want to show you something really cool. Now you can see that this little bird here, he's sitting in a pink area. So if I take yellow and I add yellow to his tummy, what I love about these pencils, because they're a waxy, oily consistency, it's the opacity. Look, even though I'm colouring in over the top of pink, this little fella is actually coming out yellow. Look. So I can go into a really dark pink area, and yet these pencils still give me the colour that I'm attempting to use. I love that. Here we go again. Now here is, fortunately, he's in yellow. So I can add yellow here, no problem at all in this area. But say, for example, now I want to add some blue to his head. Now, you'd think it would be quite hard to add blue to a pink, and yet look at the opacity there. Now, if I add yellow over the top, I can even get green. So it's completely ignoring the undercoat. I like that. There we go. So we'll just add a little bit of blue around the edge here, a bit of depth. And again to him too. Let me just finish this off nicely while we listen to some nice music. Let's have a look now at the branch and the leaves, also very interesting. So I'm just going to go through here, because obviously we've got pink showing through here. And what we're going to do is just use these Spectrum Noir pencils now to enhance the branch. And you can see I'm just going to put a really light shade of beige or brown through here. And then once I've done that, I can go in with a darker brown and I can add my shadow where I feel it's required, which is underneath. So again, you can block out the background without having to mask anything off. This is very clever. I like this a lot. See? And let's go into, for example, the leaves. Very interesting. Let's take a look at these leaves and the flowers. If, for example, I take my leaf and I can go in, here we are, look. Let's take a leaf. and I can go in over the yellow with the green, and straight away I'm converting to green. This is brilliant. Look. So I can go in and completely, take a look at this one. Here we go. So in I go, even over the top of the Brilliance pad, and I can convert my leaf to green instantly with these pencils. And I can add depth of colour. I can make them as vibrant as I like. And the last thing I need to do now is the flowers. So let's take a look at the flowers. And I think I'll go in with some pinks. Again, straight over the yellow, and I don't lose any of the colour. Look, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic pencils to work with, and you can see here where we get in closer, the opacity on the flowers is quite astounding. Now there's one more thing I want to do just to get some depth to the picture. So there are 5 of these tins altogether. I used a couple from everything, I think, but there we are. I love them. And what I want to do now is just add one little stamp, one little flock of birds in the background. And this will add depth to the whole picture. We want to go gently, and we just want to stamp them into the background. There we are. One more thing, a white pen works wonders. And what we can do with the white pen is just add a little bit more embellishment. And I'll show you what I mean just by adding a few more dots. If the dot disappears, then just go back over it until it comes back. Sometimes with white pens, you see how they disappear? Then go back in the same place, and this time it will stay. So if you want to add some really cool textures or some more depth to the picture, just go in, add a few dots, and then go back in over the top. These are great for snow, for stars, for planets. Great little white pen. Works a treat for me. So I want to show you one that I've finished and that I've already mounted up. I think it came out really nicely. And you'll see the only difference is that I've added a few more dots. I hope you like this. Mounted it on black. Looks good to me. I blogged this too. I really like it. And if you're looking for the stamps and you're looking for the stencils, please go to our website, www.claritystamp.co.uk. Don't forget to check out my blog, barbaragrayblog.blogspot.com, and that's Gray with an A. Thanks very much for joining me, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.